Hi guys, so first things first, I'm just going to prime my face. I want to get it ready for when I get to my base. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to use this Mecca Cosmetica Illuminating Primer. I'm going to put some on my palette here and I'm just going to apply that all over my face. Also, if you see any like this, it's because I got laser done yesterday. And that's what happened. But it's okay. I'm covered up with some makeup. Okay, and then I'm just also going to use some Professional by Benefit. Just where I've got large pores. So next I'm just going to prime my eyes with my MAC Soft Ochre. I'm just going to put some on like a blending brush. I'm going to be using the Zoeva 142 Concealer Buffer. And I'm just going to put that all over my lid. No, my battery's flashing! Okay, so while my battery was charging, I went ahead, I did my eyebrows, I did one of my eyes, sorta. Kinda. So I'm going to do this one and then I can finish off the rest of the face. So the first thing I did, well, the first thing I'm going to do is zoom you guys in. So the palette that I've mainly used is this Modern Renaissance palette by Anastasia. And the first thing I did was go in with this colour and this colour. So Golden Ochre and Burnt Orange. Put them on a little fluffy brush, and I, as you can see, I kind of like got ahead of myself and kind of started, but we're going to ignore that. So I'm just going to put this way above my crease, but yeah, way above my crease, and I'm just going to go backwards and forwards, circular motions, windscreen wiper motions, just making sure I have a really nice transition colour. And I like to start off really light and then go in with more if I need it. Next I went in with Rilga, whatever, this orange colour in the palette. Kind of would have called that burnt orange, but whatever. And I'm going to put this, so with the transition that we just used, we put that a lot higher than our crease. This orange one I'm just going to put just underneath my crease. So about here, so you can still see the transition slightly. But I'm going to flip my brush upwards like this, so it can help me blend out my eyeshadow. And that's going to go all the way in. So I'll place it like so, then I'll flip it around and blend out. And then I'll go back in with the brush that we used for our transition and I'll use that to blend out the edges. Next I'm going to go in with Love Letter, which is this colour right here. How fitting, Love Letter. I'm just going to use like a shading, like a flat brush, shadow brush. There you go. See, it's flat. I'm going to put it on one side. This is an all over shadow brush by Models Prefer. And I'm going to put this at the outer edge here and also the inner edge. But I'm also going to like kind of flip my brush around and sort of wing it out slightly, not too much, and I'll gradually start putting that in my crease as well. And then sort of now I'm getting to this edge of my eye, of my pupil here. I'm going to tap lightly just to start to help blend that out, and then go in to to the inner part of the eye. There's two shadows that I used that weren't in the ABH palette. One of them is this colour right here, this red. This is by Coastal Scents in American Rose. So with this colour, it's like a dark burnt red, I guess you could say. But with this colour, what I did was I just used it here where the orange shadow and the red, from the Modern Renaissance palette, where they meet. That's where I'm going to place this colour here and blend it out. So basically right in my crease. I feel like this is a really nice middle shade of the two. Okay, and then I'm going to go back in with Love Letter and a touch of Vienna Red. And I'm going to build up the intensity. I'm going to build it especially where my lash line is. So just here as well. Then I'm going to blend out the edges with that same brush that we used the other eyeshadow with. Okay, then what we're going to do is we're going to go in with this pinky shimmery colour from the Modern Renaissance palette. So I'm going to put this on a little concealer brush and I'm going to apply that to that negative space here. So the next colour that we're going to use, surprise, surprise, is from the Fenty Beauty Galaxy palette. I flipping love this palette. I can't not use it. So I'm actually going to go in with this colour right here. I think it's Meteor Crush, I think. I'm actually just going to pick this up. It's like a pinky goldy shimmer, like with gold reflex, so a pink shadow with gold reflex, I should say. And I'm going to put this on top. I'm also just going to put a swipe of mascara so it doesn't look funny. I'm just using the Rimmel Wake Me Up mascara. Next I'm going to go in for my base, or in with my base, I should probably say. So I've dampened my beauty sponge. This is by the Real Technique Girls. So the foundation that I'm going to be using today is the Tarte Shape Tape foundation, the hydrating one. Now I used this when I first got it and I used it with a brush and I wasn't too happy with the outcome. So I thought today I'd use it with a brush. So I'm just gonna place that on my face. I did a fair few lines on my face. I think I probably dipped in twice. I didn't find it that full coverage, but you know. So I'm just going to start using my sponge and working that in. Now I'm thinking that the reason why I didn't like it with the brush is because it's a hydrating formula, so I'm guessing there's some water in there as a base. So I'm thinking maybe the sponge will help it blend out a lot nicer and sit a lot nicer. Okay, so that was the foundation. I'm actually going to try the concealer again because again I used a brush for this. I didn't use a sponge. I did get a shade too light, so this is a light sand, but that's okay. That's fine. It'll be fine. I did realise that it's a really thick concealer, so it's thicker than the foundation. So I'm just going to wipe a bit off. I'm going to put some there, some here, 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 here. I might actually put a touch more because the sponge has a tendency to soak up a lot of the product. Okay, let's see how this blends out with the sponge, because obviously we all know that it's one of the most raved about concealers. It's definitely blending out heaps quicker and heaps nicer with the sponge. I would not recommend the brush. I don't know why I used the brush, but I did. And yeah, I think because it is pretty thick, you do want the sponge so it can soak up most of the product. So I'm going to use this brush again, the one that we used for our transition. And I'm actually going to go in with the transition colours. And I'm going to run that underneath my eyes. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to get like a pointed blending brush. And I'm actually going to dip in slightly to Vienna Red. I'm not going to go in with Love Letter, not just yet. And I'm going to place that just here, really close to my lashes. Okay. So I'm gonna put some more mascara on, like my bottom lashes and stuff like that. Put some lashes on, and then I'll come back and finish the rest of the face off with you guys. Okay, so I've put my lashes on. I've just used some soft, fluttery ones. They're by a no-name brand, I have no idea. I also applied some of this NARS Velvet Shadow Stick in Lucid Dream, I think. Just like a champagne-y colour to my inner corners and the top of my brow bone. I also applied this Zoeva Graphic Eyes in Glance. It's a waterproof eyeliner. It's like a browny sort of colour. Brown coppery, I guess you could say. Oh, metallic brown. Okay, so we're going to finish off the face. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use this MAC Coffee Walnut Pro Sculpting Cream. I'm just going to use a little bit. That's all you need is a touch of it. And I'm going to put this right here to carve out my cheekbones. The non-existing ones. Underneath my jawline. I'm just going to use my sponge to pat that in and to also blend out the rest of that contour. Okay, now bronzing and highlighting time. So first things first, I'm going to go in with my Mecca Maxima Sunlit Skin bronzer. I'm just going to use a duo fibre brush, face brush. So I'm just going to pack it on my brush, and I'm just going to apply that onto my face. Then I'm just going to use my NARS Orgasm, which is a blush. I really like this. I really like this blush. It is one of my go-to blushes. And for the highlighter, I'm going to be using the Mecca Cosmetica Enlighten Powder, which is a highlighter. It's beautiful. I really, really like this. I do. I'm just going to pack it onto my brush. So I'm going to spray my face, and then I'm going to finish the lips off, and then that'll be it. Okay, and that's the finished look. So on my lips I'm wearing the Straw Lip Liner by a no-name. Don't know. And then I've got Lipstick Queen in Nude Sinner, which is like that. And then on top of that, I have YSL's Rouge Voluptuous Shine in number 8, which is like a nudie pinky colour.